Hmm. What is happening today? Okay, physical and chemical changes, page number 88. Okay, yes. Yukti, all yours. Can you see the screen? What happened to the meeting now? What had happened?
We don't know, we left the class.
No, I didn't leave the class. Something happened anyway. So I'm sharing it. Okay? Can you see the screen? This
Yes,
is
ma'am.
Huh.
Yes, little up.
Huh. Okay. What do you want to do?
Ma'am, I want to see that. Can you tell?
Okay. Okay. So today
Yes.
Yukti is taking our class. I am a student.
Yes, ma'am.
Now tell. अरे क्या हो रहा है?
What, ma'am?
हाँ. Okay. Tell.
Ma'am, see, if when the fruit ripes, example, what we say, custard apple ripes, it occurs naturally. We don't put anything now.
हाँ. Okay.
We don't
So
put
1 second.
custard so that it
Custard apple
Example.
ripens. It ripens. Then what happens?
Ma'am, we don't put some chemical in it, so it will ripe.
It will become ripe. Okay. So, ripe
So, it
without
automatically ripes. So we
ripens.
say that it is naturally ripe.
Okay. Without any intervention. We don't do anything, right? So custard apple ripens without any
Yes, we don't do anything.
Huh. So, what else?
Then we say that it is naturally occurred.
So it
So
naturally
then,
occurs. Okay. What else?
And then spoilage of milk.
Okay. Spoilage of milk. What happens?
Ma'am, it occurs naturally.
Okay. Occurs naturally again.
These are two examples of natural changes.
So these are naturally occurs. So these are natural changes. Okay. Very good.
Yes, ma'am.
But ma'am, we also spoil the milk by adding lemon and
If we spoil it, then we make something else. That's absolutely right.
If we want that spoiled milk, ma'am, if we want that spoiled milk, then we put lemon and vinegar. Otherwise, we don't put.
Yes. So
Sometimes it occurs naturally.
if it is kept outside for a longer time, not boiled properly, it occurs naturally. When we want to convert,
Yes.
when we want to convert the milk, when we want to convert the milk to something else, then we add to make curd also, we add a little curd to make curd, or we add lemon to make what you call cheese. Okay, so we get yogurt. When we add lemon, we get cheese. So this is something that we want to do. So this is not a natural change. Absolutely right. Somebody is wanting to join the class. Okay. Rasik is joining the class today. Good. Okay. So what happens now after this, Yukti? Rasik, today Yukti is taking the class. See. Okay. You should remain in the class and attend it. So now you just said that this is a natural change, but if we add something, then it is not a natural change, right? Not natural. It is man-made.
Yes.
So it is a
Ma'am, it will be useful change then. Ma'am, then if we spoil the milk, then it will be useful change.
And it will be useful also. It is a useful change. Okay. So
Yes,
what
ma'am.
else? What else? What else do you want me to go back to the book?
And the, yes, ma'am.
Okay.
And the changes that are not useful for us, it will harm our health or something. It will harm anything. So it is not useful change. It's harmful change.
Okay.
It is called harmful change.
Okay. So there are some harmful changes which can harm us, right?
If we keep a bread for many days,
For
then fungi
example,
will come.
yeah.
So it will be natural change also, and then it will be harmful change also.
Okay, fungi on bread, spoilage of
Miss,
milk.
you have miss chemical change.
Wait, let's see. Spoilage of.
He knows everything. He knows.
He
Still
knows,
he's
which is good.
saying to take that class.
No. You take the class, then we will see. Spoilage of milk also is a harmful change. So what are we saying? We are saying these are natural and harmful changes. Okay. Now.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Then
What else? You want me to show the book again?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Okay. So we've just.
Ma'am, please take up. We have done this page.
Okay. Now. Can you tell?
Can you tell? Reversible change. Ma'am, 2 minutes.
Okay, so what should I?
Ma'am, reversible change means which we can't reverse it, which we can't do it again.
No,
Like
we
when
can.
mango-
We can. Reversible changes in which the change can be undone.
Yes, ma'am.
We can change. It can go back to the original state. Can be undone. For example, if we say spoilage of milk or fungi on bread.
Miss, this also. When we melt the ice, it changes to water, and when we freeze it, it comes to its original place.
So it is
The ice.
So for example, change of state of water.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, very good.
Ma'am, now irreversible change.
Okay, irreversible change. Very good.
Irreversible changes are the changes which we cannot do it again. Like if we burn the wood, ash is coming.
Okay.
Ash forms.
So cannot
that-
be undone. Right? We are
Yes,
saying
ma'am.
cannot be undone.
Yes, ma'am.
For
so that
example,
we can't burn the ash and then we'll get the wood.
so
So it is irreversible change.
so
The
burning
change
of
which cannot
wood.
be undone are called irreversible change, and the
Reversible.
change which can be done
Huh.
are called reversible
Reversible
change.
change. For example, burning of wood, it will convert to ash. Ash
Ash
cannot
cannot be converted to wood again.
cannot be converted to wood again. Okay. So what else?
Periodic and non-periodic change.
Okay, let's go to that. Periodic change. What is a periodic change?
Periodic changes means like irreversible change only,
Okay.
but it is coming naturally. It is like a cycle.
It is irreversible and cyclic.
After daytime,
And
night.
cyclic, you are saying. है ना? Cyclic,
Yes,
which
sir.
means like a cycle. In a circle it goes. For example,
Like after daytime, night time comes. Then
uh,
after night time, daytime again comes.
after.
This
So
is
we
the
have.
cycle.
So we have a
Miss, water cycle.
after day, night, after night, day.
Day again. So it
So
goes
this-
continuously. So
in
it
a
is
circle.
periodic change.
In a circle. So it is a periodic change. Very good. Yes, Harshal, what were you saying? Water cycle. Yeah?
Miss, water cycle, because when the sea water evaporate by the sun, the process when the process is called the evaporation.
Okay, so we
When the
have
vapors come from
yeah,
the-
so we have water. So we have the water cycle now. So is this
And
also
ma'am,
periodic?
the periodic change has a time of interval.
Okay, so
It has a fixed time.
okay, fine. So periodic change has a fixed time. You are saying, yeah? You are saying periodic change has a fixed time, right? Is that what you are saying, Yukti?
Yes, ma'am. Periodic change. It has a fixed time.
Time period, fixed time period. For example, 12 hours of day and 12 hours of night or something like that, right? But now let's go to the water cycle and let us discuss this. So water evaporates. So we say it evaporates.
Evaporate. This is called the evaporation. Then the
Evaporation
vapor goes
happens.
to the
So
air.
this is vapor. So then what happens? From vapor?
Means it goes to the air, and then it cools down and it condenses. It is called the condensation,
So
and
clouds.
it changes to the cloud.
Clouds. So we say condensation occurs and clouds are formed.
Yes.
Then
And
what?
ma'am, then the cloud rain
So they.
by the season. Then the water come to the seas by the mountains. Then this process goes on. This is called the water cycle.
Okay. So is this periodic? Is this a periodic change or not? Tell me. Yukti, is this a periodic change? The water
No, ma'am. It is not happening in a.
No, ma'am, because it has not a fixed time.
Yes, ma'am. It has.
So
It is
it's
not in fixed time.
not a fixed time? Anjali is also saying not
So
a.
it is non-periodic change. It's non-periodic change.
Is
It
it?
doesn't have fixed time.
Give me another example of non-periodic change. Let me see whether this is. Actually, this water cycle also I feel could be periodic only. Why? Because there is a season in which it rains always. There's a season when it becomes so seasons keep changing, although the season cycle is changing now, but I feel this could also be a periodic change only. But let us see, give me an example of non-periodic. What does non-periodic mean, Yukti?
Non-periodic means sometimes it is happening, but the time is not fixed.
Okay, sometimes natural change occurs. It is also natural change?
Yes, ma'am. No, ma'am, not necessary of natural change, no.
Okay.
Yes.
No, ma'am, it is natural change only, not chemically, because the vapors occur due to the sun only in the seas.
So this one is natural, this is okay, not this. We are talking about
And the
non-periodic.
ma'am, the sun is not made from chemicals, no.
We are not talking about that. We are talking about what a non-periodic change is. What is a non-periodic change? Changes which do not have a fixed time period. Okay, that we'll write. Okay, changes that do not have a fixed time period.
Yes, ma'am. The changes that do not have a fixed time.
Okay, now they could be natural or man-made, right?
Chemical.
Or could be
Ma'am, see,
man-made.
the high tide,
Okay.
sometimes the high tide comes, then low tide comes, again high tide comes. It is not having a fixed time. Now, sometimes 2 minutes high tide is there, sometimes 3 minutes, sometimes 1 minute.
Is
The
that
high tide doesn't have a fixed time, now that it will come after 2 minutes.
high tide comes due to the moon? So the moon determines whether the tide is high. In the evening, when the moon rises, the tide is high. When the moon sets, the tide becomes low. So I feel it is also dependent on the moon cycle. I feel this also would be periodic only. Why are you saying it is non-periodic? High tide will always come depending upon the moon cycle. The moon cycle itself is a periodic change. Slowly the moon becomes, it disappears, then it starts growing, it becomes gibbous moon, then it becomes full moon, then again it becomes gibbous moon, then half moon, then it disappears again. So that cycle also is going on. So that is also a periodic change, right? So because of
Yes,
the moon,
ma'am.
so when the moon, why you can say high tide, the high tide and low tides are depending upon the moon. So when the moon is not there, it will remain low tide. But when the full moon is there, the tide will be high. If it is half, then the tide will be half only. Okay, so the tides vary depending upon the moon cycle. Okay, so they also are, their cycle also then depends upon the moon cycle, so which is a periodic thing. So that also becomes periodic in my understanding, or no? If you have anything else to say about it, tell me. You want me to show the book?
Excellent.
Should I show the book again? Rasik, what do you have to say about this? Periodic, non-periodic change, समझ आ रहा है? क्या होता है? पता है ना आपको? रासिक मालूम है कि नहीं? बोलो. Should I show the book again, Yukti?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am. Flood. Ma'am, flood is non-periodic change.
Yes, flood is, see here.
Means the natural disaster.
Tsunami.
Natural. So those are not periodic changes. So what the example that you gave was a periodic change only. So non-periodic change. So this will actually go here. And periodic change कौन सा होगा? This is a nice way of studying. So non-periodic examples we are saying floods or natural disasters. They've given other examples also. Birds sitting on a tree, flying away. Birds flying away from a tree. That's not periodic. Sometimes they sit for a long time. Sometimes they immediately fly away. Okay?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Understood, everybody? Anjali, Harshal, you want to add anything else? Rasik? Okay. Acha. What next? So we haven't yet come to physical changes, chemical changes. What we have talked about are two types of changes. First, naturally occurring changes which are harmful, then useful changes, then we have talked about periodic changes and non-periodic changes. What else?
Ma'am, fast or quick change and slow change.
What? Fast and slow change.
Yes, ma'am.
What is that?
Ma'am, sometimes
Permanent change. We talked about reversible and irreversible changes also, right? That also we talked about. So you talked about natural, we talked about useful changes, harmful changes, reversible changes, irreversible changes, periodic changes, non-periodic changes. What other changes are there?
ma'am, then chemical only. Fast change and quick change.
Fast and quick means the same. What do you mean
Yes,
by
ma'am.
that? So either you say fast change and slow change.
Fast change means the change which is happening fast, and slow change means which is happening slow.
Which could be a periodic change, which could be a natural change, it could be a
Yes.
harmful change. So all this is okay. Now what else?
Physical and chemical.
Okay, now tell me what are physical changes?
Yes, ma'am.
Out of all these changes, you can think physical changes. How many of these could be physical changes? How many of these could be non-chemical changes? And why? And first tell me what are physical changes?
Physical change means which are occurring physically.
Which
Like,
means what? Change
We
of
say
change of
change of mango.
Of?
Raw mango.
change of
Ma'am, raw mango.
is that
Like melting ice.
a raw mango? Is that a physical change? Change of raw mango to ripe mango.
Ma'am, physical change means which it's a raw change of the properties.
First tell me
Processes
what is
I can tell.
Yeah, tell what is a physical change?
Means the properties of the original substances remain the same. That is, their composition remains unchanged. No new substance.
Textbook only.
You are also saying from textbook only.
No, I don't want from textbook. I want your
Ma'am,
experience.
the object is unchanged, but the new substance is formed.
Okay, so we are saying a new substance is formed.
Substance is formed, but the object is unchanged.
But the properties of the elements or the atoms
Are unchanged.
are unchanged,
Unchanged.
or we can call it retained, or they don't
Yes,
change.
ma'am.
They don't change. Absolutely right. Harshal was also right, but I don't want textbook answers. I want to see how much you've understood. So this is everybody has understood? So give me examples of a physical change.
What, ma'am?
Give me examples of a physical change.
Miss, ripe mango changing to
Melting of ice.
Yes, melting of ice. Ripe mango वाला नहीं है physical change.
No, miss, the raw mango changing in ripe mango.
It's a chemical change.
If we say raw mango changing to ripe mango, see, one thing is correct, that the ripe mango has retained the qualities of mango, but there is still a change. This is sour and this is sweet, right? So the sourness has changed. Melting of ice में तो I can agree, but this is it. And
Miss,
can you
miss,
get
the bird is the bird of the flower changing to the flower.
Is that a physical change or is it a chemical change?
Miss, physical.
Why?
Miss, it is happening naturally, ma'am. It
So-
is not done by
So
the
one thing. So are all naturally occurring changes physical changes? We have to think about it. Think.
Ma'am, physical changes are like chopping of wood. The new substance is not means
Okay.
wood is not. Well, you can understand now.
No,
Yes,
understand.
sir.
You have to
But,
make the entire class understand, Yukti. I can't.
The new substance is formed, but the properties of elements or atoms doesn't retain in chopping of wood.
Are retained. Doesn't mean are retained.
Oh, we are retained, ma'am.
So what is happening? Now when we talk about, so first tell me what is a chemical change. Then we will go back to this.
Yes, ma'am.
What do we understand? Harshal, Yukti, both. Rasik, जो भी बोलना चाहे. What is a chemical change? New substance is formed.
Miss, the change due to which the one substance is transformed in new substance.
New substance.
New substance is formed from
But
old
properties,
Old
it is the
substance.
opposite of this physical change. Properties of
Yes.
original substance are not retained in this case. Yeah?
Yes, ma'am.
Now let us go back to what we were talking about. So now we can think about examples. For example, if we say, let us see.
Ma'am, burning of wood. Once again, burning
chalo.
of wood.
No, let me go to your original examples. You said spoilage of milk. Who will tell me, is this a physical change or a chemical change?
Miss, physical.
Because you think it is, because it is a natural process. So you are saying it is physical. Okay? Is it reversible or irreversible change?
Ma'am, it is irreversible.
Yes, miss.
It is irreversible. So now when we look at each of these, we say this is a natural change. Then it is irreversible. What else? Why is it irreversible? Because the properties of original milk have changed. Right?
Yes, ma'am.
So that is why it is irreversible. We cannot get back milk from the spoiled milk.
Miss, I can explain the lesson 12th one, the muscular system and digestive system.
Yes, you
in
can
one
explain. Next time you explain muscular and digestive system. But let us first finish this chapter. So
But
now,
ma'am, I need the help of the textbook. But I can't say orally. No, that I have to explain to all the class.
which is fine. We have the book here. Look at this. Now read this. Yukti, physical change and chemical change. Read. All of you can also read. Wait. Oh, I haven't shared the tab. Huh. So when we talk about different types of changes, some changes might be natural but chemical. Some might be natural but physical. Some might be man-made changes, or some might be useful changes, but they could be chemical changes. Some might be useful but not a chemical change. Okay? Understood? Read this. Now tell me what this is. When an article rusts, what happens? Yukti, tell me.
What, ma'am?
Tell us, explain further, na? What is this corrosion and stuff, and iron articles, rusting of iron?
Yes, ma'am. When an iron article rust, ma'am, when corrosion means an iron article rust,
Then what happens?
then we can see that red or brown something. No?
On the. Why does it
Yes,
occur?
ma'am.
Why does that occur?
Ma'am, due to corrosion. Ma'am, it's
What
called
does
corrosion.
What does corrosion mean?
Miss,
now?
I can tell, please.
Yes, tell.
Ma'am,
Miss,
because
when an iron article rusts, it becomes brown and red. On that there is a greenish part. It is called the corrosion.
So what is this process? Because we are talking about changes.
With the
What type of
articles
change
rust-
is this? When iron is rusting,
Natural.
it is a natural. Why? It is a natural change because.
Miss, I can tell because.
Yes, tell why.
Miss, because of the air, because there are many types of mixtures, many types of
No, I'll tell you what
oxygen,
happens.
moisture.
What happens? You have an iron bar, and air has hydrogen, oxygen, carbon dioxide, so many things,
Moisture.
right? We know. But what happens in presence? Oh, yeah, it has moisture also. So in presence of moisture, this oxygen, it reacts with iron. Iron, you know the symbol Fe, to form
Yes,
this layer. So this, what happens is, this reddish layer which is formed is called iron oxide. And this is a chemical change. It is a natural change, but it is a chemical change. And it is irreversible. Okay?
Yes,
From
ma'am.
iron oxide you cannot make. So two things we have learnt about. Two things we have learnt about physical and chemical changes today. So physical change and chemical change. Only two things we have learned today. There will be other things also, but we'll talk about that. One is they retain the properties, right, of original substance. And chemical change, properties change. Then we have read physical change is reversible, like we said, water. So things which retain the original substance, then the change is reversible. Chemical change is irreversible, right? What else have we learned? Physical change could be natural or man-made.
A chemical change
Or
will be
man-made
man-made.
also, because when we are talking about water,
Spoiling
we can also heat it, right? And chemical change can also be natural or man-made. When we talk about spoiling of milk, what are we saying? So they can be either man-made or, so both, physical change also, chemical change also. Fourth, then physical change could also be, it could either be useful or harmful. So we did all these changes now, and chemical change also could be useful or harmful. Fine. So only this much we've done on physical and chemical changes today, right?
Miss, I can explain that lesson 12 one.
You can explain.
Miss, half.
No, you can
Because there are minutes left.
No, Abhi, we haven't finished this. Wait. We haven't finished this chapter. Now, if you look at this, in this, there are 2 videos on what are physical changes and understanding a little more about physical changes and chemical changes, which I think I can keep here. You can watch the videos and understand it further, because at the moment you've just touched what physical and chemical changes are. And we have a worksheet here which I want you to solve. Okay, so there will be homework. So when we look at these exercises, what I want you to do is, there are 10 minutes left, but I want you to go through them one after the other and let us see whether we are able to answer the questions. If not, then we will have another class on this one. Yeah. So first to join was Anjali, then Harshal, then Yukti, then Rasik. So Anjali, read the first question, Anjali.
Yes.
Read it.
Water.
To walk through.
Waterlogged area. You usually notice the length of your dress by holding it. Can this change be reversed?
Can it be reversed? Is it reversible or irreversible? When you are walking through water, do you fold your dress, right? Can this change be reversed, Anjali? Arey, bolo. Anjali, can this change be reversed?
Yes.
Yes, so be confident. Yes, it can be. जब अभी fold किया उसको,
Yes, ma'am.
when you are outside the waterlogged area, you will open it again.
Yes, ma'am. It is reversible.
It is reversible. Good. Next.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, now let's go to the next question. Whose turn is it? Yukti, read.
Yes, ma'am. You accidentally dropped your favorite toy and broke it. This is a change you did not want. Can this change be reversed? You dropped your favorite toy and broke it. Ma'am, it can't be, if we want to reverse it, we have to stick that toy. Otherwise it can't be reversed.
Okay, so that's a very good answer that you gave. So that is the answer you should write in your notebook also. Everybody. So if you can stick the pieces and then only if it can be reversed, good, otherwise it is irreversible. Okay?
Yes,
Next, Harshal, your turn. Read this question, Harshal. Harshal, read the third question. Some changes, yeah.
Yes, ma'am. 1 minute. Miss, I am out.
So, you can't read? Can you read or not?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. I have to.
Okay, read then.
Yes, ma'am. Some changes are listed in the following table. For each change, write in the blank column whether the change can be reversed or not.
Read.
First one, the sawing of a piece of a wood.
Sawing.
Well, sawing means
Sawing means you take a randa leke, you saw it, no? You remove, make shaves of wood and keep on,
yes, ma'am.
or you cut the wood. Sawing.
Means it is irreversible.
Okay. Can it be reversed? So you say no.
No, ma'am.
Okay. Next, Rasik. Read this. Second one.
Means it is right or wrong?
Right. I'm writing the answers. Yes, Rasik, the melting of ice candy. Is it reversible or
Yes, ma'am.
is it reversible or irreversible?
The melting of ice
Candy.
candy.
तो आपके पास आइस कैंडी है, आइसक्रीम है, ऑरेंज बार है, वो मेल्ट हो रही है. इज इट रिवर्सिबल और इरिवर्सिबल? कैन यू मेक इट बैक इनटू आइस कैंडी? रिवर्सिबल हो सकती है?
No,
नो. क्यों?
No, ma'am. It is reversible.
यस, यू कैन. इट इज
Means
रिवर्सिबल
by freezing it.
बाय फ्रीजिंग इट. रासिक, उसको फ्रीज
Yes,
करोगे दोबारा तो उसमें फिर से आइस बन जाएगी. नेक्स्ट, अंजलि. पढ़ो.
Dissolving sugar in water.
Is it reversible or irreversible?
Dissolving sugar in water. Ma'am, is irreversible.
Actually, it is also reversible. Tell me how. If you heat the water and let the water evaporate, then you will be left with only sugar in this thing. Okay? So it is also reversible. Next is you
Means reversible.
cooking of food. Who said cooking?
Means reversible.
Cooking of food is reversible. Is Yukti there or not? No. Okay. No, cooking of food. You cannot make raw food.
No,
from-
miss, irreversible.
It is irreversible. Next one.
I
Right.
think, ma'am, to heat it, the food.
No,
I mean-
that is different. Cooking of food, it is not reversible. You cannot get raw food from the cooked food. Ripening of mango, it is not a reversible change. Souring of milk, not a reversible change. Okay?
Yes, sir.
Which means,
Means there will be now class on that on Monday only.
why?
Miss, there yes, ma'am. Today is Wednesday.
So there will be a class on Monday.
Yes, ma'am. But it will be on Friday.
It should be on Friday.
Yes, ma'am.
So Monday.
Then
when-
I can explain the lesson.
you
of
can
muscular
explain on Monday also. Doesn't matter. Next वाला question पढ़ो अंजलि. Or what you can do is, ये वाली, what I'll do is, you, based on whatever you have understood about reversible, irreversible. Wait, I'm telling you something. Try to do these 7 questions. And if you don't understand, रासिक आप भी इनको पूरा पढ़ो इन questions को. अगर समझ नहीं आता है तो मेरे से पूछना अलग से. ओके? कि ये reversible है या नहीं. And automatically, whenever you say something is reversible, it is a physical change, because we know physical change is reversible. Whenever we say it is not reversible, it is a chemical change. Okay? Automatically वो हो जाएगा. तो ये वाली एक्सरसाइज सब बच्चे करेंगे. एंड ये एक्सरसाइज मैं, ये छोटी सी एक्सरसाइज है, इसमें कुछ ज्यादा काम करने को नहीं है. सो 61 में आई जस्ट कीप द 60 बना देती हूँ मैं इसको. फॉरगेट अबाउट डूइंग द गोइंग थ्रू द वीडियो और एनीथिंग. 60 भी मैं असाइन कर देती हूँ. इफ यू वांट टू गो थ्रू द वीडियोस यू कैन गो थ्रू इट. रासिक, आप जरूर ये वीडियोस देख लेना 60 में जो है, ठीक है रासिक? ठीक है, जो वीडियोस असाइनमेंट नंबर 60 में है वो जरूर देखना. और बाकी बच्चे भी देख सकते हैं इफ यू वांट. नहीं तो फिर ये 61 में जो एक्सरसाइज है फर्स्ट वाली वो करो. दूसरा भी कर सकते हो, बहुत सिंपल है. ये वाली एक्सरसाइजेस करके कंप्लीट करो. आई चेक देम एंड सी. करके भेजना मेरे को, ठीक है?